Dominik Mysterio's new girlfriend may have been teased by WWE behind Liv Morgan's back. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jennifer. Have a nice day. For the WWE family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Dominik Mysterio is currently riding a massive wave of success in WWE. Dirty Dom captured the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, beating 3 of the top contenders on Raw, including his Judgment Day brother Finn Balor. Mysterio is currently in a romantic relationship with Liv Morgan on the Red Brands show. However, the dynamics between the on-screen couple might change drastically in the coming weeks. The latest episode of Raw featured a major shakeup in the Judgment Day saga, as Finn Balor pitched former WWE XT Women's Champion and the newest member of the Monday Night Show, Roxanne Perez, as a new addition to the heel faction. Balor claimed that Perez would be an ideal backup for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, while Big Mommy Cool was disgusted with the prospect of the prodigy joining the stable. Her gifts impressed the rest of the faction, notably Dominik Mysterio, whom Perez gifted chicken nuggets. Experts and pundits have been suggesting WWE may have teased a new girlfriend for Dirty Dom in the form of Roxanne Perez. Given his history of backstabbing his allies, the 28-year-old Intercontinental Champion could dump Liv Morgan for Perez this time, just like he ditched Rhea Ripley for Morgan in 2024. This potential angle could lay the foundation for another love triangle in the Stamford-based promotion. Moreover, a point worth noting is that Finn Balor was the one who helped Morgan and Mysterio connect, ultimately leading to the Latino cheat ditching his former on-screen girlfriend, Rhea Ripley, at SummerSlam 2024 for the Miracle Kid. Balor has been subtly showcasing his frustration with Liv Morgan for a while, as he looks pissed whenever Dominik mentions his garita. That said, the angle proposed above is speculative and nothing has been confirmed thus far. While reviewing the latest episode of the Red Brands show on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, former WWE head writer Vince Russo suggested Liv Morgan would likely feud with Roxanne Perez upon her return. Russo stated that Perez's segment with the Judgment Day last night had laid the foundation for a potential love triangle storyline. I'm just looking at this rosy Roxanne Perez, and she's like every other female wrestler I've seen for the last 3 years. There's no character. There's absolutely nothing there. And oh my god, that's going to be the big story. She's going to be in the clubhouse, and then Liv is going to come back in 4 weeks when she's done shooting her movie. That's the big story. And Liv's going to say, what is she doing here? And then Liv and Rosie Roxanne are going to have an angle, Russo said. It will be interesting to see what the Triple H-led creative team has in store for the Judgment Day in the coming weeks. One half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Liv Morgan, has been off-screen for a few weeks now. The former Women's World Champion has taken time off as she's out shooting for her upcoming movie, leaving the Judgment Day short on numbers in the women's division. Tensions have been creeping in between Finn Balor and the rest of the stable recently. The plot only thickened after Balor introduced his stablemates to Roxanne Perez. The two were seen talking during backstage segments in recent weeks, and he finally brought her into the Judgment Day clubhouse during this week's episode. Talking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, wrestling veteran Vince Russo predicted that Perez's introduction to the group sets up a future feud for her. He claimed that this week's segment sets up a potential clash with Liv Morgan when she returns from her shoot. I'm just looking at this rosy Roxanne Perez, and she's like every other female wrestler I've seen for the last 3 years. There's no character. There's absolutely nothing there. And oh my god, that's going to be the big story. She's going to be in the clubhouse, and then Liv is going to come back in 4 weeks when she's done shooting her movie. That's the big story. And Liv's going to say, what is she doing here? And then Liv and Rosie Roxanne are going to have an angle, Russo said. From 21 onwards, Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan are 2 of the most popular WWE stars, and both are extremely talented in the ring. It remains to be seen whether a feud has been planned for them. In the first match of the show, Finn Balor and JD McDonough defeated the team of AJ Styles and Penta due to an interference from their Judgment Day stablemate Carlito, as well as El Grande Americano, who has been targeting Penta. While JD and Carlito were sharing the story of the victory in a segment later in the show, Finn Balor appeared alongside Roxanne Perez as Raquel Rodriguez immediately objected to Perez's presence. Balor calmed everyone down, explaining that he and Perez had been talking for a few weeks and that he wanted to introduce her to the Judgment Day. He also mentioned that he had been considering what Dominique Mysterios said about adding more members to the faction. Dirty Dom tried to object, stating that they should consult Liv Morgan first. But Balor pointed out that while Mysterio had him, JD, and Carlito watching his back, Liv and Raquel had no one. He also clarified that Roxanne wasn't officially a member. She is just helping out for now. Perez then revealed she had brought gifts, a gift box of chicken nuggets for Dominik and a bag of apples for Carlito. Raquel did not like the invasion one bit as she told Perez to leave and warned Finn that she would be telling Liv about this, but Finn replied that he couldn't wait to hear it. It is important to note that all of this is happening when Liv Morgan is absent from WWE programming, as she has been in Japan filming the movie Bad Lieutenant Tokyo. Reports suggest that she has arrived in the US but has yet to make her return. It wasn't very long ago when Balor was firmly against the idea of recruiting a new member to the Judgment Day, when Dominik brought it up. But now he is not only in favor of it, but looks like he is actively recruiting. It is also important to note that the opinion shift happened after the recent turmoil and humiliation, where he was not only pinned by his own stablemate Dominik in a fatal four-way match for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 41, but also was unaware of major developments within the faction. Balor was not even in the loop when JD McDonough made his return, and Mysterio also has not been accompanying him during his matches. Only Carlito and McDonough have been beside him. It seems like Balor is trying to win the power struggle in Morgan's absence, as she was the one striking down Finn's orders, convincing everyone, especially Dominik, to do the opposite, to think for himself. Recruiting Perez to the stable somewhat helps Balor, and the disguise of Roxanne just helping out also works for him when anything goes wrong. Perez gifting Dominik the chicken nuggets and Carlito the bag of apples also might have been Balor's idea, as it was a shortcut to win their trust. Finn Balor helped his team to victory against AJ Styles and Penta in a tag team match on WWE Raw this week, before he then headed backstage to try to push his team to welcome Roxanne Perez into the fold. Balor pitched that she could be taken under the wing of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, since the two women had no one covering their backs, whilst there were 4 boys in the group. Raquel wasn't a fan of the idea, but after Roxanne handed chicken to Dominik Mysterio and an apple to Carlito, she seemed to win over some of the team.